So how do you approach question like this? This kind of question, usually when I was a young child, I'll be very worried. I'll be very scared, okay? Because I look at it, it's not like what the teacher taught in the classroom. How come it looks so different, okay? And then usually people start to panic, but don't panic. Okay, remember we were always trying to draw, okay, the different parts using rectangle box. All right, if you recall, there is always lungs and then the heart, right? Okay, if you remember, and then other parts of the body, correct? But in this case, it's not other parts of the body. It is called the small intestine. So you just have to draw it in the same kind of arrangement. So from the lungs to the heart, this is A. Can you see that? Okay, this part here. And then from the heart to the lungs, it's actually D, right? And then from the heart to the small intestine, we have B. And then small intestine to the heart, we have C. Correct or not? Can see this? If I redraw, is it so much easier for you to see now and understand? Yes or no? How many of you can see it better now? So this is the first step. When you see something that is so foreign to you, not familiar to you, what you can do is convert it to something that is familiar. Type into the chat box, Teja. Okay, so convert it into something that is familiar to you, and you can exactly see how the blood is flowing from which part of the body to another part. Clear? All right. So next thing, okay, they are asking you about, the correct comparison of substances in the blood sample. Okay, so the first thing they compare is oxygen, right? Okay, so option B is about carbon dioxide. So look at carbon dioxide. Yep. So we know that, yep, there's oxygen, there's carbon dioxide. You know which of the blood vessel will carry more of oxygen, which carry more of carbon dioxide. That we are very sure already. But there's one more component that they are measuring, that is digested food. Okay, digested food. Not difficult. We learned digestion already. You know that the digested food is actually absorbed into the bloodstream at this particular position in the body, which is the small intestine. Agree? Yeah. So digestion actually completes in the small intestine, right? But before we look into the small intestine now, let's go back to what we are familiar with first for this topic. Now, you know that for the blood that is traveling from the lungs to the heart, okay, carries a lot of oxygen. Do you still remember this? Yep, more oxygen, okay? And then if you were to look, this part here also quite a lot of oxygen, right? Correct? And then this one going back to the heart and going back to the lungs, of course, there will be more carbon dioxide. This we are clear. So we can just write it down first. This will help us when we are checking our answer in the exam. And finally, okay, the blood vessels, right? Okay, with the blood going towards the lungs from the heart must carry the most carbon dioxide.
May I go to the toilet?
Problem here. Yes, please go.
Because
Okay.
I typed 3 times the chat.
Oh, it didn't come out at all, Sometimes my chat doesn't show anything. Okay, let me just check now. Teja, maybe you also type something, right? Let me see. Is my mouse moving? My mouse is not moving. Okay. Jakai, you saw my mouse moving. Jakai, can you see my PowerPoint now? Can, right? Just now I have not put on the slideshow. That's why you can't see. Don't worry. Okay, see, now I get all the messages popping out. Okay, may I go to the toilet? Okay, yes, she asked many times. Hanin asked me, is the answer that alphabet I will tell you later.
Sorry, Miss Leica is coming soon because she just finished her breakfast.
Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you. Okay, so let's see. Teja has a question. Teja, you got this from the internet, right? Okay, yeah, you don't know all these terms yet, and you don't have to know. Okay, my advice to you is be very careful. If let's say you can't remember properly, and then let's say you try to use these terms to answer, yes, go to the toilet, yes, you can. Okay, now, so Teja, if let's say you use the wrong terms in answering the exam question, marks can get deducted. Huh? Okay. Are you all able to see my slides big? Or is it not big at all? Okay, because now it is the slideshow. Are you all able to see this?
It's like zoomed out.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
it's like
agree.
I've seen movements and like the thing.
Can you see now?
Wait, I know how to do it.
It's still like zoomed
You
out.
press here.
I did. Giselle? Are you all able to see my slides? Okay, what I
I
can
zoomed out.
It's really zoomed out.
Don't worry, I will stop share first and then I will do it again. Okay?
Thank you.
Can see now? Okay, it went to the wrong screen. I don't know how come, but it's a lot bigger now, right? Okay, let's see. Where was I? Yeah, so fill up the oxygen and the carbon dioxide first, okay? And then use simple terms, okay? Because you will learn a lot of very, very high level, the very cheap kind of terms are when you are in secondary school, especially when you are in Sec 3 and Sec 4. Okay, and that is when you must learn the name of the different arteries, different veins, and even the 4 parts of the heart. Yeah, so all those terms you need to know. But now in primary school, good news is you don't have to trouble yourself with all this knowledge yet, not yet. Okay, now, so if I were to look at amount of oxygen, take note, okay, look at this particular graph here. I just drawn the arrow to option A. Now, in the blood sample from A, there is a lot of oxygen, but in the blood sample C, little oxygen. Is it true? It's true. Okay, but we don't stop here. Okay, so we suspect this should be the correct answer. Go on to the next one. Amount of carbon dioxide. Now they're comparing from blood sample A and blood sample D. A has more carbon dioxide. Is it correct? Look at where is A and where is D. I have drawn this already, right? Can you see? A and D is totally the opposite. So our option here is not the correct answer. But how about C? Okay, look at this option C now, amount of digested food. Okay, so amount of digested food, it says that D has more of the digested food. Can that be true? Okay, can this part here have more digested food? In fact, it is not. It should be the blood that is coming out of the small intestine. Clear? Because it is in the small intestine that digestion is completed. All the digested food will pass on to the blood in the small intestine. So C should be the one that carries most digested food. Okay, so if I were to draw the arrow, it should be here. Most digested food, because it is the blood that is just coming out of the small intestine. Yeah, it have already flow past the small intestine, so it carries a lot of digested food. It's like a postman now, must go and put the food to every organ, all parts of the body, okay, before it comes back again. So in this case, this is also wrong, all right? And then if you compare B and C, definitely wrong. So yes, Hanin, you are right. The answer is A. Okay, you understood this part, right? Now, this is a tough question because you must know concepts involving respiratory system, concepts, okay, involving digestive system, as well as circulatory system, 3 concepts, right? You must know how to work out this understanding of the diagram, which is what I taught you. Draw something you are familiar with. So 4 things ready, right? Then next thing, you must know how to interpret the charts. Okay, so your option A, B, C, D, you have the bar charts there. You must be able to interpret that. So 5 things tested in one question. Very good, right? This question. Okay, do you understand this question better now? How many of you do? Put out your hand. Let me see. Okay, I want to see. Good, wonderful, wonderful. So if you have something similar being asked, you must be able to handle it. Okay, of course, the first thing is, yeah, don't panic. All right, redraw the diagram if you need to. Okay, and then second thing, start thinking. Okay, what are these concepts related to? Right, and then third thing, okay, compare the graph one by one. Don't look at A, B, C, D of the bar charts are together. One by one, you saw how I did it, right? And then I cross out, cross out, cross out. You must do this. Clear? Then you will never get confused. All right, so now we are coming to our worksheet 13. Worksheet 13. Okay, these are simple questions. The simpler ones, I'm not going to spend too much time because I really want to look at your structured question. Yeah, it was easy. Later, Teja. Okay, later. Now, so for this one, yep, oxygen is absorbed into the blood. Carbon dioxide is removed from our blood through our lungs. Okay, this one, no problem. I saw your responses. Okay, most of you have no problem with this. If you have gotten this wrong, I think it is more like you made a careless mistake. Now, so many activities that are carried out by this boy. Okay, which of the activity will he have lowest heart rate? That means it's the most simple. Okay, good. I see Balraj, Yunshan, and many of you typing the answer in. Good. This is what I want. I want to see participation. I want to see that you're showing me that you know the answer. Okay, and it is important you're telling me the truth about whether you know or don't know. All right. Okay, don't just give me the answer. Yeah, all of you got it correct. Don't just give me the answer that you obtained from the portal. This question, yeah, this question okay, it's not in your syllabus. Okay, this is actually asked by one of the top school. This question is from one of the top school. Okay, don't know whether it's RGS or, you know, one of those schools. Okay, they expect their students to actually know something out of the syllabus. Yeah, but MOE doesn't do that to you. So PSLE, they are not going to ask you this. Okay, you know the answer lah. The answer is actually which one? Artery. Okay, but it's not in your syllabus. So if you have gotten this wrong, if you cannot understand this question, don't worry.
I thought it was air tube.
No. Okay, it's actually the blood vessel it's talking about. But you only know blood vessels. You only know that blood flow inside blood vessel. This is actually questions in secondary school. Clear? Okay, only in Sec 3 and Sec 4, then you need to know what are the arteries, what are the veins. You even need to know the different names of different artery, pulmonary artery lah, you know, all this kind of thing. But you don't have to know it here, right? So you can skip this question. Yeah, you can skip this question actually.